I thought I'd come back. I don't know what happened with the last one, but hopefully this is better. When people come in, I'll ask, can you hear me? Ah, y'all coming back. Can y'all hear me now? They tried to chop up the best part. What I was saying was, now y'all let me know if it go bad again, because StreamYards is a dusty too. That looks like a duck in the upper hand corner, but that's a dusty as well. Anyways, I was asking you guys, is it too much trouble to not fuck with dusty ass dustpans who go in front of everybody they can to let you know that they can't stand you? Okay, and I tried to say that as user friendly as possible. I don't know how long I'm gonna have this channel, y'all, because I can't keep my mouth together. But there's the link again if anybody wants to come up. But like I was saying, they're not going to change. There's other YouTube channels on here, and I'm trying not to name names. I'll just say there's a lot of wigs involved, a lot of nasally speaking involved. That they don't want to tell you about the quote unquote pathology of the dusty. What it is a plea to the dusty to please get your life together. That's what she's saying. And a lot of other platforms are saying the same thing. You know, I come out here and I'll tell y'all, what it is and to leave. They'll tell you, they're fucked up, but there is no but, comma. It's they're fucked up, let's go. Okay? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Kim, knock it off, okay? Knock it all the way off. Yes, wigs are involved. Wigs are involved. They're involved and they're a great part of the identity of said person. Actually, Lady Armand, she only plays to the dusty side, and I'm going to tell you why. If she came across a black man that was a quote unquote about something, he wasn't dusty, he was that unicorn everybody talks about, she'd be on her way. That's not the case for folks like me. I don't give a fuck what he got going on. If his ass is ashy, he can't get none. Period. I don't even look at him in public. So she really is on their side, Lady Armand. 2000. Hey, Nisha.
Hi, I just have a quick question.
Yes, ma'am.
There is a certain young lady with a bang persuasion that keeps taking divested women's talking points. I
Hmm.
don't know if some of you guys listen to her videos, but now the can't say any names. I'm gonna be nice.
You can go ahead and say it because here's the thing. I'm old as fuck, and I'm really like, it's an emergency at this point. You get what I'm saying? I don't make no
Yeah.
money off of this, and I don't get monetized and none of that shit. So say what you want to say because they not paying me. Zaddy
Well,
is.
cause okay. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard some of our talking points now that these mammies, the little finstrally mammies, wanna, say what they want to say and feel like they just came up with a certain vernacular. It just came upon them all of a sudden.
Right.
But I find myself hearing them say terms like mammies. When the Bayang, she had a problem. Remember in the beginning, she had a problem with that. I
I
don't
thought
know
that was
why.
derogatory. Remember, she said that was derogatory
Right,
and that
right,
we changed the meaning of mammy. It was supposed to,
right.
no. No, ma'am. It's the mammy. Because mammies historically took care of their
The,
family, took care of the people
the babies,
that right.
right?
So
So go,
they
yeah, go
doing it
ahead.
for them now.
Hmm. So that's what I'm just kind of tripping off this whole thing about now everybody wants to be woke, as they say, but still at least have one pinky toe over the other side of the fence, though. So I'm just not understanding
She got a
how
whole
come.
booty cheek over there, Nisha.
Oh no, because I've heard her say black dick is like crack.
Yes.
So one minute you're saying, oh well, you shouldn't deal with dusties unless it's reciprocated, but you got a whole baby over there that the baby daddy don't even claim, girl. Don't even claim you. Or he act like he don't even know you.
That motherfucker left the
So,
whole
but you got
state.
so much mouth and you want to tell everybody else what to do. Well, you're not even low key, you're not even following your own damn advice. I'm sorry, but that person just really irks the shit out of me
Hmm.
because I feel like she's just really contradictory, and it's kind of like
She'll
not
have
making sense to me.
she'll have black women walking in circles, chasing their own ass because of the information that she gives, the so-called information. And
Yeah,
somebody
because
told me the other day that she sounds intelligent, and I almost hit the floor.
okay, well, if that sounded intelligent, then I'm Einstein then, because I don't get it.
What is
I
she
really
even
don't get it.
talking about? What is she even talking about? Are you saying move on, or
Exactly.
have you diagnosed them yet? Because she liked the word pathology, quote unquote,
Hmm.
but since pathology means that there's a disease, ma'am, so that means you got to make a move. You don't sit
Exactly.
you don't sit
Right.
there and keep it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't
Right.
mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. But yeah, and you keep having sex with them. If they so bad, why do you keep giving them your body? It's like one hand is like, okay, well, we know these oh, I was said a bad word. These ends ain't I'm trying to be nice, girl. Okay,
It's hard.
it really is. But one minute she's saying these nignogs ain't crap, and then the next minute she's like, well, just you can go into the diaspora. You could just date you an African man,
Where's her
a
African?
London man from London. My sister dates a British man. You can find one of them. Um, don't nobody have time to be sitting around playing musical chairs with these niggas. I'm
Where is
sorry,
her African? I'm still
girl.
looking. Where's her African?
No,
There's
where's her baby
another.
daddy? Where is that at? Where is he at?
He's driving trucks,
I
trying
bet.
to get away from people with nasal issues, with nasally voices
Listen.
that have babies by them and then turn around and say, no, they're no
Okay.
good. They're
Yeah.
absolutely no good. There's another one, technical knockout. If y'all keep
Oh
following that
Lord.
one, y'all gonna be in a real bad situation
I
as well.
refuse to listen to anybody that has to go fetch water to shower. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Girl,
what? It
bye.
doesn't have running water?
I refuse to listen to anyone who
We over
has
here being
to
messy
fetch
as hell.
water to shower and who
Uh,
still wears pre-con gel. I'm over it.
what is that?
Girl.
What is
The brown
pre-con gel?
gel,
Oh,
the brown gel,
that one from the
back in the
90s
day in the 90s, the brown gel
where everybody's hair was hard as hell.
and
It's
Aquanet.
hard as a helmet.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
don't. The reason that the progress is so slow is because there's mixed messages coming from so many of us,
Hmm.
and then we have the opposite end of the spectrum, that people that's telling you that the white man is evil. Those
Hmm.
right there, I don't know what to tell you,
Hmm.
because they're telling you this on a white man's platform.
Exactly. Hmm.
Okay. She
Meanwhile, and asking for donations at that, asking for the white man's money. Okay.
Yeah, you can't jump. That's like being in somebody's living room telling
Hmm.
them they house dirty, but I'm gonna
Right.
sit right
But
here
you're
and
gonna sit
chill
right
because
in it.
I need
Exactly.
somewhere to sit.
And I just don't understand is like if you're just so anti-America, why the hell you just don't go to Africa or some shit? Build your own nation, take your mammies with you. Nature Boy did it. He's spreading diseases, giving diseases out like it's crazy. But at least he's over there doing that. You see what I'm saying? If you had
Uh,
America so bad, why are you here?
Right. I don't think that they fare well in certain ecosystems. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they are used to certain amenities that the white man gave them while they're talking shit about the white man.
Yeah.
Okay. And her, if we're talking about the same person,
Hmm.
her better half is very disrespectful to her audience.
Very,
Okay.
very.
He'll call you six bitches
And don't he
before
have
you,
like domestic violence? Like
he
the
has a
show has
ton of
been told
domestic
on both of
violence.
their ashy asses. Don't he have like a rap sheet from here to
Yeah,
From Chicago to
he
California?
he does, and it's longer than his forearm, from what I
Okay,
understand.
right.
Okay, and these are the people that's I know I'm not right all the time, and
Mm.
if I've admitted that I'm kind of out there, kind of extreme.
No, but one thing you've been consistent though. You're very consistent in your message, and it's never wavered. You see, with them, it's just like you don't know. 1 minute they're this way, 1 minute they're that way. It's like, okay, which one is it? And I think we as black women, we don't have time to be sitting up here playing tiddlywinks no more. It's either you're gonna get in or you're gonna get out. Get in where you fit in. Period.
People are dying. People are losing their eyeball. People are getting
Getting their wig
maimed
snatched, getting thrown in garbage cans.
maimed in broad daylight. When I was in my 20s, stuff would happen, but usually those type of crimes happen at night. These
Mm.
people are attacking black women in broad fucking daylight now. Don't care
Yeah, when
who's
was that?
around.
6? It was like around 6, right? 6 o'clock when she got attacked.
Yeah, yeah, she had
Mm.
just gotten off work. It was still light outside.
Yeah,
If you look at the tape, it was just now getting a little dark. But they
yeah.
did that knowing cameras were around. There was a
Mm.
cashier there. They had other people, other patrons at the store, and it did not matter who was there
Right.
because they know that nobody's going to help you.
True.
And
Yep.
my thing is, I will have your mama frying chicken at the church if you walk up on my concealed carry.
Hmm.
It is what it
Okay.
is. They call that what, obituary bird.
Making Frito burritos in prison.
I can't.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's just really, and I'm really beginning to understand now, like what KSC was saying. I really do believe black men hate the womb that they came out of. I really do believe that.
They
I
do.
mean, because it's just evident now, and now it's to the point to where the mammies they can't brush it under the rug no more. They can't. It's just in broad. It's just in your face now. There is no excuses. No more excuses to keep protesting, to keep sticking up for them. None of that. They're assuring you they don't give a damn. So how about return the favor and just move along?
I am very, very afraid of black men. Let me just put it out there like that. I am
Me
very
too.
afraid of them because, or do you watch the channel ID?
All the time. All the time.
Listen, they have those, they got a mix of people up there, okay?
Mhm.
But when it comes to the dusty, this
Girl,
motherfucker is sadistic.
my ears perk up when I say, "Oh Lord, it's a black story."
Right.
What
You got to
happened?
sit down and just stare at
And
the
really
TV.
dissect it.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, he gonna do something stupid. And 9 times out of 10, it's his baby mama that he did it to.
exactly.
It's always somebody that you know.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
but I can't
yeah. But
even deal.
I don't know.
It was
I just
something
feel
else
like
I
there's.
wanted. It was something else I
Mhm.
wanted to say about one of these users. Oh, is anybody familiar? Is anybody familiar with quote unquote the B1 network?
The oh, almost girl. Let me stop.
You can say it over here.
Girl, with her tire shaped ass. I can't stand her. If you're listening, I cannot stand you, girl. I really cannot. I really cannot. The tale has been told on your ashy ass. You come up here and you lie like you just have this fabulous life, girl. And we all know you full of shit. Knock it off, girl. Jesus Christ.
Is it was there a time that I was unaware of where everybody started once they got homeless, they started a YouTube channel?
Girl using the days in internet service. I cannot. I
I
just
know
cannot.
at least 3 of them right off top that have come from the homeless shelter to come and tell you how to conduct your life.
Talk about she took what did she say she took? She took etiquette classes. Girl, please. Etiquette where? I
If she
just
got etiquette, I must be the queen of England.
that's what I'm saying. I'm the queen of sheep. I'm the queen. I'm the Sheba. Girl, Lord have mercy.
Listen,
And don't
y'all,
he be paying her man? Don't he be panhandling for cigarettes and shit? That's what I heard. He was
and pot
spotted in Vegas. In Vegas, girl, panhandling for cigarette butts. I said, I am completely done.
and pot. He be
They
on that
got the
channel just
nerve. They got the nerve to sit up here and, and have something to say. I just cannot. I don't understand how they even have a following. I don't get it.
believe it or
I
not,
don't get
it's a
it.
couple of people that follow my page that follow them. I
No
don't know.
comment.
I think they're just looking for entertainment at this point because the messages are
Yeah.
so different. It's
Hmm.
like they're everything that they say, I'm gonna say the opposite. They
Exactly.
it seems like they take up for black folk no matter what they do. And one could
Right.
say it looks like I take up for white folk no matter what they do. It
Hmm.
just depends on perception. Me personally,
Hmm.
I haven't had anything bad happen to me with them. I'm not saying that they are all good. That's not what I'm saying. But what
Yeah.
I am saying is the times I've been victimized, it's
Hmm.
been them.
Hmm.
Okay. It's been them. I haven't been victimized by a white person yet. I
Yeah,
don't
me
know.
neither. I'm waiting on that to happen. I'm waiting on a racist cop to come up to me and just harass me while I'm driving. That's never happened before, ever.
Every time I've ever
So,
been pulled over by a cop, he said what he came there for,
or
why
and
he
that was
pulled me
it.
over, gave me my
Right,
ticket or a warning, and got the fuck on.
right.
I've received lectures that were personal from black cops because I live in
Hmm.
Georgia. There's a lot of black people here.
Yeah.
Okay. I've gotten where you think you're going so fast. You need to cut that shit out. They talk to you like they your cousin. I'm
Or
like,
you could just be in the grocery store buying some groceries, okay? Buying like some iced tea, for instance. Why you get the one with sugar? You know that's no good for you. My cousin that live in Louisiana got diabetes. You shouldn't be drinking all that sugar. Like, shut up. Who asked you?
girl, they tell you, well, the thing is, you're supposed to be submissive in the black community. The black men are the
Oh, I forgot.
overseers.
Yeah, they're the head, and the black one's supposed to be the neck, right? That's what
Yes,
the
and you're supposed to
okay.
listen to their advice, even though they haven't accomplished anything.
Even though it leads you down a shithole, you just still supposed to listen to what the hell they have to say.
Uh-huh. They'll stand there with a big ass pot belly, looking 9 months pregnant, telling you to avoid sugar.
Right.
No, nigga, I'm trying to avoid you.
You, exactly.
Straight the fuck up.
So, girl, I don't know, but it's just that's why sometimes I pop in and I pop out on YouTube because it's just gotten really ridiculous. And I feel sorry for the young girls that's really want to follow the message, of
Yeah.
divestment because you have a lot of these mammies out here talking about divestment and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. First, we're what are we called a racial extremist group? We're just like
Divestment. They called us
yeah,
racial extremists.
yeah. That we're her last name is Fear. I'm not gonna say her name, but
Oh,
yeah, we're
everybody's
supposed to be
baby mama.
extremists
Okay.
now. Yeah, we're supposed to be extremists now, which is very dangerous to say, by the way.
Well, she was divested for a little while. Was she an extremist?
That bitch was not divested at all. I just think she was not pleased. She just came into the divested sector to
I knew
see
that was
what
gonna
she can
trigger
get
you.
out
That's
of
why I
it.
said it. I knew you was
Girl,
gonna go off.
divested where? Bitch, where?
She baby mama vested. God damn it.
Exactly. Please. She was never divested. She just can't. And I really do feel like the divestment sector it should be a hard line, I feel, because it's no time for games no more. Either you in or you out. That's just my own personal opinion.
I
It's
agree
no more time
100%.
because women out here losing their lives every 19 hours. Don't nobody have time to play.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I was saying earlier that we are in a state of an emergency with the way the communities look, with the way every time I can't open up my laptop or my phone and
Hmm.
not see a picture of a smiling black woman and then
Hmm.
read up under it that she's been murdered.
Yes.
Okay. Or
By
some
a white
smile
man? By a white man? Or who is it usually by?
is usually by a knuckle dragging, collard green with pork
Eating
eating,
cornbread.
basketball dribbling ass nigga. And I said what I
Period.
said.
Period.
I said what I said. My sister told me, she said, you sound like you in the Ku Klux Klan.
But yes, I am. I'm one of the grand wizards.
Right.
I am.
I'm a proud girl.
Cause let my family tell it. I'm crazy. Well, I guess I'll just be crazy right over here where I'm at, and you stay over there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do
So
this with any of them. And the thing
yeah,
is, ladies, if your family is putting pressure on you to remain in Blackistan, that is a toxic family member. And just because they're family does not mean that you have to deal with them. I've cut off so many of my family members. I've stated the goal. This is what I want. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. You got that right. But what you don't have the right to do is try to put me down for my choices.
exactly.
If anything,
Somebody said proud girl. I love it.
damn right, fucking proud girl.
You're right.
Um, listen, if you come in my neighborhood, you don't have to worry about the white people calling the police on you, Dusty. It was probably me.
Right.
It was probably me. No, they're not being racist. I called them to come and check out what type of shenanigans you you getting into because I've never seen you here. You walking real slow. You look
Okay.
like you ready to bust out a car
Hmm.
window, and I'm gonna stop you from doing that. Nope, Karen didn't call. I
I
called.
did exactly. Nubia crazy.
What she
Y'all
say?
lost the chain in the chat. She said hiding. She said ducking and hiding in closets during Section 8. I am too done.
Putting putting them stinking ass Jordans behind the door, and
I
the
cannot
social worker
stand
like,
it.
listen, somebody's here. I know it's not you smelling like that. That smell like man feet.
There's like Fritos in this room.
Right, girl, get
Oh
him
my
out of
Jesus.
here. If he not paying, he can't lay.
And I know, you know what? And I know a couple of women like years ago that had Section 8 and they lost it due to what?
That's
Tyrone.
Dusty's. And the thing is, he'll tell you, well, they not promoting families. I'm the kid's dad. They put me out, but what that tell you? They don't want black people to
They
have
don't want to. They
families,
want to break up the black family, even though I'm eating off the sister along with my baby mama. But they just want to break up the family. I ain't
right?
giving her shit in rent, but hey,
Your family is your responsibility, Tyrone,
exactly.
Daquan. They shouldn't be eating great value. Every goddamn ingredient is great value because you a piece of shit.
Or chicken nuggets
Oh my god!
with
Don't
mystery
even
meat.
get started.
With
Like I
mystery
was
meat.
right, like I was saying last time. I'm like, whose child did this nigga have? He's up here at a store with a child. I'm not used to seeing black men with their children.
I
So
know.
it I get scared for the kid. I don't know if they being trafficked or what. Listen, I'm a police calling ass bitch.
Me too. Me
Every
too.
time I feel like something is suspicious, I will call the cops. I don't care
Hmm.
what's going on. If you doing what you're supposed to do, you
Then you
should be
shouldn't
able to
worry
state your
about it.
business. You shouldn't be worried
Right.
about it. You should be able to state your goddamn business, bitch.
Yeah.
Lady J says, stinking ass draws. I can't. The chat is lit. With the streaks in it. Did you see that post, Nisha, where
Huh.
dude said, I ain't getting in a tub? That's doing the most.
Oh my
What?
Jesus.
Wash your ass. He said that she stopped giving him head
Hmm.
because he won't take a shower.
Ooh.
He said he not doing all of that. And he said most of us don't. I need to
And
post that.
I believe it. I believe it.
He said
Oh
most of
my
us
God.
don't. And I didn't see anybody in the comment section
Denying it.
denying it. He said most of
Hmm.
us don't. And I'm like, okay, let me see what they saying. It was just a
Ugh.
bunch of women going in, going in.
Wow.
And you
Spin
had some
that.
of your nature boy freaks down there talking about, well, you don't have to bathe every day. This is Blackistan, y'all. This is Blackistan. A bitch said you don't have to bathe every day.
Lord, not the HPV crew. I cannot. I
Then you
cannot.
then you wonder why their lips look like Rice Krispie treats around the edges.
Hmm. And I heard he's still getting. There's still women coming there. He's still recruiting them, and they be pretty girls too.
Yes, they're
It's so sad.
gorgeous. They're gorgeous. At any given time, he has upwards of 3 or 4 pretty girls there. One just left, but I'm of
Hmm.
the opinion that she'll be back. Unless you divest, you'll be
Right.
back.
Hmm.
You'll be back. They always she's gone like 3 or 4 times. I think her name is Velvet.
Yeah. And don't you think another content creator brought up this good point too? How that certain person named Taz, that's yeah, Taz,
Mm-hmm.
Faz, whatever. Don't you think he's kind of like a modern day what we were just talking about?
What?
Um he's like a modern day what's the guy's name? Nature Boy. Don't you think he's kind of like a lower budget Nature Boy in a way? Because it seems like
Yeah.
he has women fighting over his ashy ass.
See, the thing is, he's married to that one chick.
And she
Um,
thinks everybody wants him. Girl, nobody wants him, okay? But you. Nobody wants him, girl.
he sound like a '90s rapper. He does. Every other word is bitch, and
Hmm.
he talks really really loud. It's just yeah. Don't nobody
And
want
quick
that
to call
motherfucker.
you one. And quick to call you one. And I don't understand if the Bang is so, she's just this intellectual being. She always has him dusting up her chat, so which further leads me to believe maybe they do have some trash on her and she got to stay where she at. Who knows?
Doesn't that
But
make sense though?
it really does because I'm like, why does she? Yeah, it really does.
If you have something to lose and somebody has some dirt on you and you have
Hmm.
thousands of subscribers,
Hmm.
you're gonna stay right there because you don't want that to come out. She barely
Yeah,
made it on the other side of this baby bullshit.
yeah, barely by
So
the roots of that wig.
when I
So
see people that are diehard fans of that baby mama, I just cringe. I'm like, how? How?
yeah,
She just got dusted off by one of these dusties. How in the fuck is she gonna help you? She can't help herself.
self exactly. Not when she say dick is like crack.
I believe it is to her though. Look at how quote unquote intelligent she's supposed to be. But
Yeah,
then she traveled. She traveled to become a baby mama.
she sure did. Wow, across country.
Yes. Yes. From
I
from the
heard
west
about
coast
that.
from the west coast to the east coast. She came
Hmm.
from Seattle, Washington, I believe, to become a
Yeah.
baby mama.
Hmm.
So
Oh no, but now she's throwing her draws at this new dark skin sensation guy because she likes some dark skin. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, the dude that's my
Hmm.
avatar picture.
Yes. So
As soon
that's her new prey.
as soon as he gets enough subscribers, he gonna show his natural black ass.
Yeah, I
Watch.
believe so because that's how it always happens. Because she got played like that before, so that's how it always happens. That's why I was just looking when I first seen that video. I was just looking at him like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Girl,
We need to put life, breathe life into our sisters. I'm getting my shit together so I can get me a sister.
I am not your sister. I am none of these niggas' sister. Oh my
Oh,
god. Hey, Big Talk.
Hey,
man.
Zealot. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
How y'all ladies doing? I just got super triggered, so I wanted to jump on the panel real quick.
What's up?
I was just triggered because you was talking about that knuckle dragon nigga with the yuck mouth. Like I was just really triggered because he be making my he look like he smell like pennies and like
Yeah, that's kind of funky.
and like spam and pork rinds. Like that nigga look like he smell like pig feet. Like I
Hot
can't
dog water and
hot
vinegar.
dumpster juice in this bitch. Like I
From
was
what I
triggered
understand, from what I
Old Spice
like
understand,
and funk.
from what I understand, his teeth are fake, right? And
like
it's like a
these people
grill.
are disgusting. Like the bug-eyed blowfish bitch that he's with. They're not
The
even
lima bean built
married.
ass hoe.
Right. That bitch is built like a whole fucking
Fucking
block.
lima bean. See, you got me up here acting bad. I gotta.
What's your name, ma'am? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
That's Nisha.
Oh, that's Nisha. Hey,
Hey,
girl.
girl, you got me up here acting crazy. You know, when I get around you, I start
Listen,
acting crazy.
you know we bring it out. Like I'm just like,
I'm trying to. Ugh.
I don't know. Nisha, you must be busy, but look, I don't know if you've been missing what's going on these streets.
Yeah, it's
I've
been
been
pretty
peeping
bad.
in and out, girl. I've been peeping in and out, and it's just pissing me off from what I'm seeing. It really is.
It's real. Nisha, it made me feel like I gotta take 3 baths, like in a shower, and like,
Girl.
it
And I
feel like
heard,
welfare checks when I get
I
off the
heard,
computer.
I heard
Like,
Miss Fear got caught without her wig on, and it was ridiculous. I heard it was a catastrophe.
It
listen,
was.
I wasn't gonna say nothing because divested Dylan, aka Tap, aka the Goon, aka the Dawn. This woman is the
Oh,
Dawn. Okay,
okay. No, what's the
like
name of the fold?
unless she say
She called her shit the fold. It's called the fold. So if you want to go in there,
it's
over there, subscribe to the fold.
girl. As soon as I said
Okay?
the BWE roundtable, that bitch follow everything I do. Like she is so lame. Like I'm just like, girl, you
She be
so
on your
old
ass,
and
girl. She be
lame,
on
girl.
you. You can't
Girl,
even record her ass.
she can't keep her eyes off my channel, off my videos where
Yeah.
I go. She got people following me. Like it's real creepy. Like, but it's I mean, I can't do nothing but be great,
Well, you
Nisha.
know what they say. Imitation is the best form of flattery.
I'm saying this bitch is like 12 years my senior with a whole toddler. Like, bitch, don't you got snacks to make and like
Don't you got
fucking meal and shit? Like,
chicken
what
McNuggets to feed?
right? Cause she not cooking enough her goddamn food. You know she popping
Girl,
that
don't
shit in
you?
the goddamn microwave.
Girl.
I hate
Listen,
her. I can't stand her. And you know what,
listen.
Big Talk? It's her because I'm her
Oh
age.
yeah.
And me and you have never had an issue ever.
Hmm.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
It's just crazy. It's her mindset.
It's
It's
her.
still like a
It's
child. It's still
her.
like like a high school young girl. You know, like she
She
hasn't
a bitch
fully
that you gotta
developed.
beat in the face with a gun. She a bitch you gotta get gutted with. She a bitch
Yeah,
that you
you
gotta like
really
spit
do.
on. Like
Yeah, you
she that
cannot
type
fight
of
her. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
listen, I don't listen, and I know this is gonna come back to bite the ass. I don't reprimand violence, but when you're dealing with scum of the earth,
Frog in the throat.
you have to shoot
AKA.
that bitch in the face with a whole BB gun. Like that's not like I wouldn't even play with no woman like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
I
she
wouldn't
is.
even.
Yeah.
Her channel is Big Talk Bougie Walk Galax.
Oh, thank y'all. But yeah, I just was real triggered because these people be stalking me or whatever. And it's cool, like I understand, you know what I'm saying? But huh?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying these people be stalking me, whatever. And I really try not to say too much in my real life because my husband crazy, y'all. He real crazy. He like white boy crazy. Y'all know when like white people don't got
Ooh, and
nothing
that's
better
a
to
different
do.
kind of crazy.
And they got money and shit, and they want to write 100 letters and emails, and they got so many guns and ammo. You're like, just sit your crazy ass down.
Yeah.
Like, crazy. So I mean, like, I try not to, I try to make fun of this. I try to make light of the situation. Like, oh my god, it's just YouTube, baby. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they play by Blackistan rules, and we play
Hmm.
by like, the larger society rules.
Right. And they think
And like,
everybody is supposed to play by
yeah,
Blackistan
and this
rules.
is
And
why
it's
they
so
get,
stupid.
right. This is why they bullet bags. Why they sons be getting like
That's why they be
bullet to the
getting slits on their
dome.
necks.
Right. This is
Can't
why they be
breathe. Oh,
getting locked
well,
up.
take this
I
damn
don't really have.
512.
Listen, I am a core. Listen, y'all talking about core the cops type of bitches. I know CK was on my channel earlier and she was telling y'all to cry. Let me tell you something. Have you ever met a woman that's a trifecta? Let me tell you about me. So I'm a whole different type of woman. Like I'll call the cops on you and beat you up. So So like, I'm really
Exactly.
telling you, like, I'm really not the type of person you want to mess with because I will beat your ass and then the cops come and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what
Hmm.
happened. Like,
Right, and start
I won't
crying.
do both. So I'm
Yep.
just really not that kind of woman because I'm switch on, switch off, wax on, wax off. Like, it's nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? And like, she listen, these people on this internet like to play around, talk about pull up and all this stuff. Look,
Hmm.
all I know is that you step into my state, which is a Newcastle state, okay? And you step over that threshold, girl, you can lose
That's
your
your
whole life.
ass.
They have all types of candles outside for you. Like, just leave it alone.
Big talk, you damn near have to be that way when you're
Yeah,
divested. You have to be able to code switch
you have
because
to.
they don't respect black
Right.
Mm-hmm.
women tears
Niceness.
at
They don't
all.
respect that. They don't respect
Mm-hmm.
femininity. Any I feel if somebody is teaching femininity to a black woman, it should not be toward you should not waste your time and your prettiness on a black man. I'm sorry.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
Like,
don't
I
understand.
remember one time, y'all want to hear something funny? I remember when my husband was really naive and he came to visit me. Oh, he's coming here. He came to visit me in the city, right? And this guy, like, I don't know if y'all from anybody who's from New York or whatever. Y'all know them Hebrew Israelites that be in New York City. And oh my god, I'm sorry, boo. Sorry, y'all. He came up behind me. I got him in the back. But anyways, so we are in the city. And this black guy comes up and he's like, hey, my sister. And I'm like, nigga, don't touch me. Don't ask me for no money. I'm calling the cops. And my husband was just like, damn.
Yeah, it feels
This
like you
was
being
like,
accosted.
no, for real. This was literally probably about like the third date we had went on where like he was in my city because we were in a long distance relationship.
Hmm.
And, I went from feminine to very like defensive very quickly. Like I was just like, nigga, if you touch me, I'm calling the cops. Don't touch me. Get away from me. No, you can't have $1, $2. Get out my face.
Divested
And my
women are
husband was just
bilingual.
like,
They
yeah,
are divested women are bilingual because you have to use two
you have
different
to.
you
personalities,
sure
and
do.
you know,
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to because I mean it's them and it's the mammies because the mammies will attack you too. Like they will.
Hmm.
If you are not if you don't look a certain way, like a lot of these women, a lot of these pro black women live really hard lives. And you can see it in their face.
yes,
Like baby mama's fear, like I'm not here to, I'd roast or whatever, but seriously, like this woman looks like the life she led. She looks like she's been in prison. She looks like she's been on the corner a couple of times. Like
Oh, all them
you
rolls on her neck. You see them rolls on her
right.
neck, girl?
I don't know, girl. She look like she got a tattoo behind her ear. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, girl, y'all know what
holy
I'm talking
shit,
about. Stop playing.
In the
And
back, in the back of she got a tattoo. Her baby daddy in the back on the back of
she
her neck.
do. She do. She do. She do. She do. She do. She look like she gluing her edges and got
Lord.
tattoos on the back of her neck. And homegirl still wearing like gold plated jewelry. Like, look, the point is, I don't really have time for those type of hateful black women because they're just as dangerous. Like they like to
Very.
attack you, jump you. I mean, baby mama Spears' whole story in real life, y'all. This ain't no YouTube shit. This is in real life. She set up a friend of hers or somebody that she know from her childhood to be
I
attacked
heard
by
about
other black
that.
people.
I heard about that.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just
Hmm.
like, that's a bitch you gotta like put in the dirt, like 6 feet
Yeah.
under. Like that's somebody that you have to end them. Like there's
Yeah.
no rehabilitation. I don't know who let this bitch out of the penitentiary,
Right.
but there's no rehabilitation for that. When you can look at somebody that looks like you and get men, I'm not talking about you handling your business with a woman one on one, but you get men to get involved to
Hmm.
attack another
Yeah, that's a
woman.
dangerous
You're
bitch.
just
Yep.
you're a demon. Like at that point, you understand what I'm saying? Because that's not even a
Hmm.
fair fight. Like that's not even a fair one. You know what I'm saying? It's not even close to
Yeah.
being fair. I'm not even saying like fight should be fair, but I'm just saying like that's sadistic. Like think about
Hmm.
that. That's very sadistic. And I just feel like women like her, I don't want to get crazy, but I just feel like I'm very medieval. Like I feel like if you are treacherous like that, you need to really be beheaded. Like I feel like if you betray people who look like you, if you like to touch little kids, if
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you are a murderer,
Hmm.
I feel like you need to be in front of a public square and your head needs you need to be decapitated to send
Right.
a
Period.
message.
Yep. Yep.
Because those are the type of women who will put something in your drink for you to get raped.
Yep.
Those are the
Yeah.
type of women who will, I don't care how much I dislike another woman, I don't think I could ever set up a scenario to have other men attack a defenseless woman, regardless.
Absolutely
Mm.
not.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Period.
crazy to me. Whether she's a mammy, whether she's divested, like, none of that
Right.
matters to me. Like,
Right.
that's insane to me. Like, my
The
husband
karma.
is a C6'1", 200-pound dude. Like, that's a big motherfucker. Like, I'm 5'3" and a half, y'all, but I'm 5'3". Like, I couldn't imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll plop down next to me and, you know what I'm saying, lay his head on me and I can feel the weight of his body. Like, I couldn't imagine if somebody that big pulled back to beat me up and hit me, like, and a woman to set that up. Like, you can lose your life. There's a reason why we have these laws where men are more responsible because they
Mm.
carry greater power and strength when it comes to women, regardless.
Yes.
And for you to set up a woman to do that, I feel like you need to be decapitated. You need to there needs to be some type of a message to the rest of the world in the country, like, this is not something you do. I feel like women and men who do that, and people who touch little kids, they need their heads cut off in a public square. Like, that's just me.
Yeah. I agree.
Hey y'all,
Hey.
Hi.
can you hear me? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we can hear
I don't
you.
want to disturb the flow of this conversation, but it's going so well. But what you just mentioned kind of triggered me, and I wanted to add my quick 2 cents to that.
Which
I am
part?
new here, so I just found your trip. Just regarding, unfortunately, the mammies and and how they
Okay.
can
Okay.
set you up to, yeah. Um, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't want to disturb your flow. I'm going to be quick.
It's
I
okay.
will say from personal experience, I've had this happen with my own mother. And
Oh
I will say
wow.
that she's a biracial woman. I don't know if that makes a difference, but unfortunately, in her case, she was so committed to picking up these, wanting to be in the Blackistan or black in the black community, that they tend to pick up like these mammy vibes. I've noticed. So I came from a unique experience. I got to see the white side and the black side of my family, and going into that in the black side. Um, Sorry, y'all. She was just
Take your time,
overall
girl.
just very she was just very jealous, just very, very jealous. And my mother is a beautiful woman, like, not just because she's biracial, she just happens to be beautiful, but she was horrible. Like, she used to
I
set me up.
notice with biracials a lot of times when they're Blackistan identified, they tend
Yes,
to overdo it because they want the full black acceptance. You get what I'm saying? So if you
thank
got a
you. And that's what I
mammy,
was trying to get at. That's what I was
the
trying to get at. Thank you for, yeah. No, that makes
the
I
biracial will out mammy the fuck out of a full black woman because she's trying to, get the acceptance from black guys. I don't know why. I don't know
you're
why. You will want
100%
acceptance.
correct.
Well,
Mm,
she
Hmm.
benefits in privilege. That's what that is. She benefits.
man.
But that's the
She
whole,
does, but you
yeah.
know what? But she gets the same treatment. Like my mother, she's been married and divorced twice by an black man and her second husband who's Jamaican, and they were awful. I used to view them. They used to beat the shit out of my mom. I'm sorry to curse. Excuse me. I don't know if we can curse
Yeah.
on here,
No, it's okay.
but
YouTube can't tell me not to cuss. They don't give me no money, girl.
okay.
Fuck them.
I'm sorry. No, I'm trying to be. I'm trying. I don't want to get you in trouble. That's why I just want to make sure. But
Hmm.
yeah, she was just terrible. She would set me up, and try to push me to date like the same types of men that she would date. And I think a lot of that has to do with her jealousy too, because she was getting older and then her daughters are growing up and they're blossoming into young women. And because she made so many fucked up decisions, now she wants to fuck over her daughters so that they don't turn out to be better than her.
Mm.
While at the same time, she wants to vicariously live through them because she has like this, I don't know how to say this. It's like they desire the men too, like the black men. It's just like, you are, how old are you? Like, these are kids. Like, you're coming across like Jada Pinkett right now with August
Girl,
Alsina. Okay,
don't even get
like
me started.
that's not, no. Mm-mm.
You can tell the older women that are here looking for dick versus ones that's just here to put you on game. Let me tell you something. The last thing I'm looking for on this platform is dick. Period. I can't. I mean, if I was, it wouldn't be in this sector. I'll be over there in the investment sector where they talking about stocks and bonds and real estate and shit like that. Wouldn't be in this sector looking for it.
I think you were cutting out there a little bit. I'm sorry.
I I was just gonna say that like I don't know. I think I've had a really unique experience. I am a Black woman with heavy admixture. I have two grandparents, one on one side that's French, and one on the other side that's Native American.
Oh, me
My
too,
mom's
girl. Me too.
biracial.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
and I guess I would be considered Creole, but I'm not. My people aren't from Louisiana. But
Oh, I
that is
didn't
a
know that.
mixture. Yeah, no, they're not from Louisiana, but I do have one grandparent that is full Huguenot French, and then the other one on my other side of my paternal side, my maternal side, that is my grandfather's full-blooded Native American.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so for me, it's really weird because the culture, like the way I was raised, I always talk about me being the only girl or whatever. And in the Native American culture, women are very much, I mean, like it's kind of funny, but my family almost thought they were cursed because there were no girl children for like 20 years until I was born. So much that my great grandfather and my grandmother came to come see me born because they were like, "What? We're having a girl? Like that's crazy." So women are very much valued in the Native culture,
Hmm.
specifically depending on your tribe. But for my black side, my ADOS side, because my black side are descendants from slaves, American chattel slavery. I noticed that the boys are very much valued, and
Yes.
I don't know, I was kind of shocked growing up. Especially, it was such a culture shock when I would go to school and I would meet other um especially when I would go to church and I would meet other black girls and other black families, and they would come to my house and they would be like, "Oh my God, you're so spoiled! Like all your cousins and all this and all that." Even when even to this day, I'm a grown woman, and when me and my husband go back home to New York and we visit my family, I literally hold out my hand to my older cousins. These men are in their 40s and 30s, and I go, "Give me money," and they will literally give me money out of their pocket. I'm very like protected in my family. And it's sad because growing up seeing other black girls, they didn't have that type of protection. It was very much like they were it was weird. They always had a masculine role, whether they were taking their younger brothers and sisters to school, whether they were parenting them, whether they were looking out for them. I just remember I knew it was different when I was younger. I just didn't know why. Like I knew it was something different, but I was just like, huh? Like, how come you are responsible for everything? Where in my family, all my male cousins were very much responsible for me if we went to the same school or the same summer program or we were around each other. I never bore any responsibility as a woman. And I think that's very unheard of a lot of times when you see little girls of color. So when I'm hearing I come from a biracial parent perspective, I think it does depend, like whether you have a biracial parent that is of black and white or maybe native or something else. I think the culture definitely affects the values big time.
I agree. It's like that in fully ADOS families. My brothers didn't have to do shit. When the chores, were doled out, they got the lightest chores. They didn't have to cut the grass. They didn't have to do anything. Okay? All they had to do was bring home a C. And Lord have mercy, they are the next coming of Christ when they come home with a goddamn C.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I remember I remember one time I was like riding my cousin's bike, and I was like, I probably was in like elementary school, and both of my cousins, one was in high school and the other one was closer to my grade. And I don't know if you know, but like in the East Coast, you can sit on the top of the bike, like in the front. And I was riding my cousin's bike, and he was like a whole teenager at the time, and he asked me not to do it, but I begged him, and I did it, and I effed up my knee really bad, like skinned up my knee. And I remember
Mhm.
coming back to my uncle and aunt's house and my uncle tearing his ass up. Like for me falling, like literally because I fell and I felt so bad. I was just like, damn, like I felt bad. I was like 8 or 9 and I remember being like, damn, cousin, my bad. Like, cause I had begged him to get on. And it's just crazy because I also remember going to school and to church with Black girls and them telling me like, dang, I gotta feed my little brother. Dang, I gotta make breakfast. I gotta
Yep.
make dinner when I get home. And I was just like, I remember being shocked. Like the most responsibility I had with my sibling is my mom. If she had something to do or something, something as you get older, you watch your younger siblings. Doesn't matter what race you are. I remember my mom being like, leaving $20, leaving $30 on the table, like, hey, get what you want. Like, I never had to worry about stuff like that, but I did see that as I got older, as I started to have a lot of ADOS, not even just ADOS, but just Black female friends, whether that was in church or camp or whatever. I got to, because I was really sheltered. I think when I was growing up in my formative years, I was really sheltered because of the school I went to. But I think as I expanded in my community, I got to see different households. And I remember being like, dang, that's crazy. Like, you really got to like sacrifice playing a sport. You really got to sacrifice
Mhm.
cheerleading. You really have to sacrifice something you love to go like be a parent to your little siblings. Like that's crazy to me. And
Mhm.
I just remember a lot of young, I mean, I had a good friend. I remember when I was in school, I had a good friend. We went to the same church and her name was Jasmine. And I remember Jasmine really being into cheerleading. And I never liked cheerleading. I was a sports girl. And I remember her being into it. And she wanted to go to cheerleading camp. So I went with her for moral support. And she had to quit because she had to get a summer job to take care of her little
Wow.
brother. And I just
Wow.
remember being like, damn, like even my mom and my family was like, oh, well, we'll pay for Jazzy's the rest of the cheerleading camp. My parents were willing to pay for her to finish. And her mother told my parents, no, she needs to work so she can give me money.
That's the normal setup
And
in
I was like,
Blackistan.
what?
That's the normal setup in Blackistan. They have a
Yeah.
baby when they're a teen. The oldest child is going to be responsible for her second boyfriend's children. They're not going to have the same father. So she gets
Hmm.
pregnant in high school. Then the subsequent siblings are up under the oldest child, and the male child is her husband.
Yeah. I just remember being like shocked because we were like, I don't know, we were like 16, we were in high school, so maybe 15, 16 years old. And I was just like, damn, you paying rent? Like, that's crazy. I had to beg, y'all don't understand. I had to beg my mom, beg my mother to get a worker's permit in New York. I remember when all my friends started working, it was a big deal. And in New York, you have to be, I think at that time you had to be like 14 and older. And my birthday's late, y'all. So I always missed the cut. So I was like maybe 13. And I remember wanting to work so bad. And my mom did not let me get my first job until my freshman year of college. And I worked at a salad bar at my college campus. And this is the truth. I have no reason to lie. I worked at a salad bar at my college campus, y'all. And I begged for that job. Like I begged her, like, please, I want to make my own money. I want to do this. I want to do that. And she was just like, if your grades budge, you quitting. If they
Period.
look like they shaking, you're quitting. Because this is not something that you have to do. And when you get to a certain age, your parents give you a certain amount of money, but I wanted more. I wanted more money. I wanted to be able to do what I wanted, go to Cancun, all that crazy stuff. And it's just crazy because I remember when I was in college having friends of different backgrounds, especially black backgrounds, black female friends. And they were so shocked that like at 18, 19 years old that this was my first job. I remember them being like, this is the first time you ever worked? And I'd be like, yeah, I have been working since I was 14 years old, like paying rent. And I'm like, what?
Man,
Like, that's crazy. Since high school, like, look, my mom was a single parent, but at the same time, she kept us very busy, like so busy that we would be asleep all day. Like that's the type of mother I had. I was in softball, I was in swimming, I was in dance, like I was in so much stuff that I was tired of being in stuff. But I also was very blessed with a set of grandparents who were very well off. My grandparents are very well off. And my father definitely contributed. So I always had a whole bunch of choices on things that I wanted to do. But I remember growing up with girls my age and them having to pay rent at 14 and 15 years old. And I was just like, what? You're paying rent?
that
How are
story
you
that
paying?
you just told would
Yeah,
get bitches hating on you. You get what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
I try not to tell too much of my business, girl.
Because
'Cause
you literally had the childhood that a lot of black girls dreamed of having, even with the small portions that were not, quite
I mean, my
clicking.
childhood was not perfect by any means. Like, I even tell my mother this. My mom, we call my mom Babs, which is Black American Princess, because my mother's very spoiled by her parents.
Hmm.
I come from two grandparents that, I want to make it very clear that if I didn't have them a part of my life, I think I would definitely have been another statistic easily. But I had two grandparents that build wealth. And my grandfather owns a whole bunch of real estate throughout New York and then moved to Jersey and bought a whole bunch of real estate. And my grandmother is a retired, I'm not gonna say what she does, but she's retired. She is very well taken care of. And then my mother is very spoiled. And she had me, I'm her only girl. And my parents did not work out, but both of my parents came from two parent homes. My father and my mother came from two parent homes with middle class to upper middle class wealth. So I never experienced a level of there were things I couldn't have, but I mean, like, as far as like struggling, I don't think I ever struggled. But I
That
think,
wealth part that you brought in
yeah.
there, the wealth part, that let me tell you what the equivalent of that is in Blackistan. The
Mm-hmm.
mom is teaching her 17-year-old teenage pregnant daughter how to fill out that goddamn welfare application. That's the
That's
wealth.
crazy.
That's the wealth transfer. I've seen that so many times because we grew up in a mixed area, okay? And it
Mm-hmm.
was like this. It was white people doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then you look at Blackistan, there ain't a father around. All
Mm-hmm.
of my best friends, none of them have fathers. Only two of them know who the Negro is. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, I have a complicated relationship with my father. I'm not going to go into that because people love to use things against you. It's not a bad relationship, but it's complicated. And then I also had a stepfather who was a white man who took very well care of me. Actually, both of them took very well care of me when it came to finances. I mean, I could call my dad today and be like, and literally the first thing he would say is, okay, what do you want? What do you need? Like, I am close to 30, and the first thing my dad would say, my black presenting father would say to me is, okay, what do you need me to pay for it? Like, that was the first thing that would come
Well,
out of his
that's pretty
mouth.
dope.
And yeah, of course, and listen, my life isn't perfect. There are other issues, but um I'm his only girl as well. So I think that, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things added to it. I don't know if it would be different if I was a boy or whatever, but I think that a lot of Black women who have gone through, I don't, I've heard this comment before of, oh, there's some Black women in the divestment and they've never been through, the struggle, or they've never dated a Black man. And
That's
let
a
me tell you
lie.
something. I have been blessed and I've been
My
lucky.
bad. Go ahead.
That doesn't mean that I don't have family members. That doesn't mean that I don't have people I have grown up with, where I have seen the lowest of the low of Blackistan hit them.
Right.
And I don't know if if anybody that's from New York or a major city, you can live in a $1 million neighborhood and walk across the street and be in the projects. Like,
Yep.
like you don't have to be far. It is in front of your face. And, I don't need to experience hell to know it's hot. Like,
Boom.
I don't understand that. So, and like I said, I've had, everybody, every single person on this earth has their dysfunctional things that have happened in their families
Yep.
and lives, and I have as well. But I don't have a whole bunch of stories. I know y'all want so bad for divested and swirling women to be like, my daddy ain't love me, take care of me. And nobody, let me tell you something. Every Black man in my family, every Black presenting man in my family has taken care of me. I am a grown ass woman and I can call any cousin, any uncle in a heartbeat and be like, hey, put money in my account, and they would do it tomorrow. Like, that's the truth. And it's so funny because the reason why I'm so cocky is because of these men. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand. From the time I was a little girl, my little cousins was like, if he looks at you, you kick him in the balls. Like, immediately. Like, I was raised by a pack of men. Like, you know what I'm saying? And tribal men at that. So there's a different there's a mixture of cultures there, and there is a different mindset. And I think it's really hard for people to grasp. Like, they must think I come from like this man hating like family, and I'm like, do you know how many times I send my videos in group chats and my cousins crack up laughing? They're like, you're
Well,
crazy.
they want to write our stories for us, and that's not
Yeah.
even the case. Hey,
Oh yeah.
Brown. Hey, Murray.
Well,
Me and
hello,
how you
hello.
doing?
I'm well. How are you guys tonight?
Right.
Oh, we're awesome. I didn't want to talk over you guys. Me and Big Talk can do this shit all night.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I
Thank you
hopped
for
on.
sharing.
Yeah, I hopped on because I listened to the divesting, and of course I've been over to B1, and I've been all over YouTube. And I find it funny when we talk about those who are divested and how we it's a step outside the box thing. And it's funny because I have three sides to my family: my bio dad, my stepdad, and my mom. And I was able to see those who live in the projects, those who lived in somewhat middle class, and those who got a little bit up above a middle, just a smidgen up above a middle class. So I watched those who were in the projects, how they treated like my uncles now. Those, my uncles, while we were literally scrubbing floors, because my grandmother worked at the Hyatt, we were literally scrubbing floors. He was in the basement eating burritos and watching kung fu movies. And it
Mm.
made me so mad. Like, why did he get to sit here and do this? But then I realized how she treated my brothers, because I'm the only girl of four, and the rest of them are boys. She literally did not talk. She doesn't talk to me until she has a question about my brothers.
Damn.
And probably about my mid 30s, I had to ask her this question, like, why do you treat me so differently? She's like, I know that you have it. You have it together, but your brothers don't. And I said, well, every time
That's
they,
some bullshit.
who you telling? And I really literally stopped talking to my other grandmother about because of that. And it was so just like disheartening that you only talk to me when you're looking for one of my brothers who only call when they need some money, to the point that I want to file all on my taxes. So, and it's sad because that's how she treated the men in the family. But all the women are married, degreed, our children are doing well. We just had another lawyer to graduate. My daughter's an engineer, but my brothers, girl, please.
They coddled
I
them into fuckery.
They did. And that was my honestly my project side of the family, if that makes,
Husbands.
and I don't hate to do that. My project side of the family from the west side of Chicago, where y'all, and that was sad. But the so what upper middle class family, those men in that family, my uncles and my cousins, including my bio dad, totally different. Those men take care of their homes. They get out there. When my other grandmother said, "Hey, everybody up at 8 o'clock. Everybody bed is made. Don't sit back on those beds. You sit in these chairs. Everybody better have on their clothes or get out here and you mow the lawn. You scrub the carport." They treat us the same. Therefore,
Mm,
we did the
mm,
same. And
damn.
it was so odd as how these families operated. And I really am not gonna talk about my mother and them side of the family because they just crazy, girl. Um,
Believe me, I know what you're talking about. Okay, this is a
it,
familiar story.
yeah, and it made me kind of have this disdain for black men, but it made me choose a certain black man.
Here's the
Those who needs
deal:
to be coddled.
when people say you have a disdain for black men, well, bitch, those are the biggest attackers. I have the right to have disdain for black men. I'm not ashamed of that. I have disdain for black men.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Take that
sad.
sound bite.
And it's so sad because my other grandmother here just like, oh, your brother's in jail. Yeah, I heard your brother's in jail, and I was like, so. And she said, well, you shouldn't feel that way. Why would I? He's 30 something years old. He he's a grown man. All his consequences are his. I don't send him $20 in the cash app every week because he asking for it.
Mm-mm. Murray, you
And
still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just
Okay.
listening.
Okay,
oh,
good.
I'm sorry, girl. I didn't mean to take it out. No, go
No,
ahead.
no, no. You're good. I didn't realize I was on earlier. I was just like, okay, well, let me just listen. I don't want to disturb the flow again. So
Yeah, but
I had to
but
calm
because
down
of
from
those
earlier. I'm
experiences,
sorry.
though, those experiences make me my son, my 15-year-old son. I treat him so totally different, and because of that, you get up, you clean it at the house. Honestly, he's gonna make some woman, hopefully, some woman the best housemaker ever. But at the same time, you get out here and work, and you do these things. You have to take care of your
Mammies,
family. Yeah.
mammies are gonna want the sons of divested women because they were raised correctly. You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Even
They're
his
gonna want the sons
mentor.
of divested women.
Yeah, his mentor was like, I don't know what you've done, but he's awesome, and it's just because I have that, I know what my brothers are like. That's my problem.
Girl, you still there, Big Talk?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just daydreaming about some real like low key fucked up stuff. And and I want to appreciate all the ladies, Pinky Brown and Ray B who just joined, because what I'm thinking is like, y'all know I've talked about it on my channel, but like in a year and a half, we're gonna start having like babies and stuff or whatever.
Aw,
And I'm really like, I don't like, me and my husband talked about it. Like we talked about it without talking about it, but we talked about it like about the race thing. And I was just kind of like, I flat out told him, like, my husband was in the shower and I was just like, I don't really want no like Negroes in my house. Like, I'm just telling you. And
period.
he was like, he was just laughing. Like, white people nervous laugh because they looking at you, looking at them like, if I laugh too hard, am I racist? And I'm like, nah, you're
Right.
not racist.
Hmm.
You're not racist. Like, and my husband was like, well, you're her mom. Like, it's cool. Like, it's what you want to do. And I'm like, well, I don't want nobody with cornrows in my house. So, no, I'm
I
joking. I'm
can't.
joking. All right, never mind. My thing is, so my thing is, I want my because we've talked about this before in the past, but like I know obviously our kids are gonna be like really just mixed, not even biracial at this point. So when we do have children, I would love to be like, I would love a society, like a set group of Black women with biracial children where I could make my kids. I'm serious because I'm serious. I know you guys might think I'm crazy. I'm serious because bloodline is really serious to me. Like I'm serious. I know other like people don't take that seriously, but bloodline is a big thing for me. I don't have the same culture as Black men. So, I'm definitely gonna be one of those type of mothers when the time my child is like born. You make them feel like they got a choice, but they don't really got a choice. You know what I mean? So it's reverse psychology. So I'm really hoping that this whole like Black woman enlightenment thing like really takes off because by the time my kids are eligible to be partnered with a significant other, I want them to be able to choose from a pool of like-minded people, preferably with a Black mother and a non-Black father. And I'm just gonna go on mute.
Okay.
I would agree.
Listen,
I agree.
y'all.
I totally
I'm
agree.
I'm telling you, if you can hear me and you have not decided whether you're going to divest or not, what would it take to convince you to? Because here's the deal: there's so many receipts that have been presented by me and various other content creators. So, what's the holdup? Is it a race loyal thing? Do you feel bad? Are you still? What's going on there? Because even women that have been Blackistan identified all their life, some of them are in their late 50s and they just now divesting. So I'm trying to figure out what's stopping the rest of you.
I think at when before I actually started divesting, I started dating this one guy, and I think because I was in the South, uh, and I literally pulled up to his house because he was ready. He literally was ready. Marriage, let's go, let's get it moving. And he was Caucasian. And I walked when I went to his house, and I saw the big pillar house, and I was like, "This is a plantation," and it freaked me out. And
Mm,
I had to step back for a second and was like, wait a minute. I try to avoid needing a parent. Only because then I didn't know when to turn on my other side on how to
mm-hmm,
really go
Oh,
into
okay.
my other side, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm used to being, you're around your Black people and you feel comfortable. But to go there, I had to make myself uncomfortable and understand that I was welcome as well. And so when I moved to Chicago, actually in the last few years, I dated another white guy, and he he kind of sprung his family up on me. He was on date night and he sprung his family up, and I had this big afro that was a mohawk, and I'm like, and my daughter's like, you should have forewarned me, dude. And it was like, then I could have put on, I love ponies on my shirt, but then I had to realize like I don't have to pretend to be something I wasn't. Just be who you
right.
were, and they accepted me for who I was. Like
If
the
you
men in the
look
gym.
for if you look for racism in everything, you'll find it.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Hmm.
If you approach every situation like, oh, they fixing to say this to me because I'm Black, you're gonna find it.
And that was true, and that's true. I don't think and the guys that I did date, and still do, they never stepped out of that. Instead, they really wanted to know about hair care and moving into understanding more about who I was. Wanted to ride on the west side of Chicago. Why? Do you want to run over there? I'm just afraid of bullets. Where are we going? And
He said she's scared of bullets.
I'm not going over there. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you.
And so and we've totally changed our who my understanding of it, because they have instilled the racism part in us so long, and you need to be race loyal, where they're not race loyal. My uncle is all his kids were biracial, who married to the white side too. They
Is that
never.
my mic doing that, or is that
It might
somebody else's mic?
it
It's
might be
probably
my
mine.
little
I'm sorry,
raggedy
y'all. I'll
mic.
mute myself.
Okay.
And so I'm sorry, I took over the whole conversation. But yeah, it's just that I was afraid of the racism part because it was so instilled and ingrained in me. And it
Yeah.
really was never there.
A lot of us were raised that way. But they never talk about look for the sideways way that a Dusty can treat you. He can get away with everything. And it's not called misogyny. It's not called self-hate. It's just his personality, quote unquote. But if a white guy asks you, do you like collard greens? You done turned him into the grand goddamn wizard. because he asked about some collard greens.
Exactly, exactly. And I've never experienced that, I really never experienced it. It was funny when Josh, I still call his name, hopefully nobody know him. And he came in with his Jordans on. I was like, wait a minute, you don't have Vans, you don't wear that? And he was like, no. Oh, okay, then we cool. And
Right.
it's just a merging of the two. And I'm okay with it. And I'm okay now that I'm in my 40s. It took me a long
Good.
time to get there. And
Good.
honestly, I prefer not to date a black man. And it's funny because I had a guy that tried to talk to me one time and he said, asked me about it. And I told him that I don't really date black men. Most of them, he was like, why? I thought they like smaller women. Are you, what do you call me,
What?
fat? Yeah. And I was like, so did you call me fat? Like,
You've got to be kidding me. You see that slick ass shit that he said? They always shading you.
yeah,
Always shading you. You going outside like that? Yeah. And don't
e-
ask me shit.
exactly. Or it's like, oh, I thought they liked the smaller booties. Like, no, you'd be amazed that then in the gym, like to see this.
Listen, believe me, I know. I am a woman in my 40s and I don't have issues with white men. When I got to put air in my tire or some stupid shit like that, I always get help from them. You know who don't help? Tyrone and the crew.
Girl, Tyrone and Quavishawn, they ain't doing it.
I've seen too many posts where people are women changing tires. Did you have sex with this guy that's having you change a tire? Sis, you look dumb as fuck out here right about now.
It's the self-esteem. I
I
mean,
agree.
I I'll just say this because this is a lovely conversation. I don't want to just ruin the flow. I think a lot of Black women have a lot of low self-esteem because we're getting it from all sides. And maybe I shouldn't say except biracial, but again, I've seen this where they're put down starting within their own family. It's like the mothers or the mammies are setting them up to break them down,
Yeah.
like really break them down. While at the same time they'll coddle their sons because in a way it's like they're trying to use them as their surrogate husbands. It's disgusting,
Yes.
but it really
Hub
is.
son. I
It
call it
is.
hub son.
I mean, I've seen these women throw out their daughters on the street. And they have to fend for
Yes.
themselves. Busting their ass. They go to college. They do the work. They put in the work, and twice, if not triple, and more than that. And they're depleted because they've had to act in their they haven't had time to be feminine.
They can't be
They
feminine. They the
can't.
man of the damn house.
They can't. They can't. So
If
I'm
you
just gonna
pull up
say
to a
this with
black
all that.
person's house and a black lady answers the door, that is the man of the house. Theoretically, that's the man of the goddamn house
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
she's bringing in the money, she's making the rules, she's having to make him resumes and make him dinner and show him how to wash his ass and tell him, no, baby, it's gonna be okay. No, they didn't mean it like that. It's like having a grown ass child that you happen to sleep with, and I think it's utterly disgusting.
I agree. I would just say most of these white men or brads, they're going to want you for your character. They're not going to, you know, I would know from my limited experiences in dating. I don't want to put my business out there, but I'll just say that. And I know you probably have been broken down for so long and your confidence is depleted. And then on top of that, you're having, Dusty's telling you, oh, you're not worth it. Or they just want you, they tell you that they're racist or whatever. They're just trying to gaslight you and they're trying to get you away from, leveling yourself up in a way. So I say all that to say, just stay consistent in getting yourself, to the highest level that you can and keeping your standards high. I know it's hard. I've been there from personal experience. Okay. I've been going through this my entire life with my own mother. Just the put downs and setting me up with like Dusty's and just horrible, horrible experiences. Don't let them take them away from, what you're trying to focus on. And if you fall back because of them, just get back on the course, cut off all contact because they're gonna fuck you. They're gonna fuck you over bad.
Yeah, a lot of
And
people
and
have a
and the little
problem
and the
with.
little and the little bit those and they'll lead you on to believe like, oh, well, we just want to reconnect. It's like, I'm like, you think like, wow, my mom, she finally got it. She finally got it. And as soon as you give them that opportunity, you go back to these mammies, they're going to stab you in the fucking back. And you're going to be in probably a worse position than what you were in before. So I know it's hard. That's your family, and you got to cut off your friends too. Again, your coworkers, you're gonna, for every level, there's a devil. You know, whether it's at your work, your job, dealing with your coworkers, your friends, associates, family members, whatever. So
it's not your fault that those people are your family. You didn't pick them.
oh,
So
I know that, but I'm just saying this right. And I appreciate that. I'm just saying all this to say, just it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road.
it's very lonely.
It's very
Very
lonely,
much
and
so.
I
Very much
know
so.
it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard because you've been fucked over for so long. It's like, damn, like who can I trust? And it's like, and but just stay consistent. Because the chickens are coming home to roost. Because a lot of people
They
are
are.
waking up now, and with social media and the quarantines that we had last year, it's unfortunate that it's taken Black women this long to wake up. It's there was a rippling effect a few years ago I've noticed where people were starting to wake up, and it's been there, but they've been denying their gut and their intuition. Because then Black men and Dusties are trying to just no, go to sleep, go to sleep. That's not what's going on. Go to sleep.
You waking up does not benefit them whatsoever, and they know it. They know it.
Don't
If
they?
it
Absolutely.
became a situation where Black men and Black women were 1-to-1 ratio, these Negroes would drown because they have nothing to offer. They can't do something as basic as fix a pipe on a sink. They don't have any skills whatsoever.
They don't
All of
want
their
to. They don't want
no,
to learn.
they
Not even
don't.
that.
You know
It's
what
the
they have to
best they could.
offer? You know what they have to offer? They think they have to offer their penis. They
Listen,
think and that's the only thing that keep and honestly, don't get me wrong, we get, penis blindsided sometimes because we
mm,
thinking that's the end all be all. Oh my gosh, you got a little Pookie laying up on your sofa eating up the kid's fruit snacks because he well endowed. But
I'm
you're
trying to figure out how the
And that
sex is good though, because all
and
they
that
want to do
doesn't
is cause pain.
and that doesn't mean anything either. Just because he's well endowed doesn't mean he knows how to use it.
Yeah,
but
I
that's
mean,
how
let's
some women think
because
though,
sometimes they're aggressive. It's just like I'll hear stories. I'm just like, that's not how it's supposed to feel. That's aggressive and then breaking pelvises and like this is what the fuck?
Girl, breaking pelvises, Jesus
The fuck is
Christ.
this? Sorry.
they think they've done a good job if they cause pain. They don't actually
Right.
know
And
how
it's
to.
like it's not supposed to hurt. And I'm just like surprised. I'm like, why are you they'll just sit there and they're like, oh yeah, I had sex with a Black man or whatever. I'm just like, okay, I don't listen to them. And not that I care, but they'll share this. And I'm just like, and they look confused, like they think it's supposed to. I'm just like, how old are you?
Right.
I'm like, and
Yeah.
okay, so do you have support system? Because it sounds like you don't, and you're so desperate, and your self esteem is that low that the little bit of attention that they give you, because they don't have any standards. As soon as they give them like any attention, like oh hey ma or whatever, they're they'll go
These
somewhere else.
ramen noodles ass niggas, they don't know what standards is. They
Girl,
making the
They
plate
have
not
look
no
even
better.
standards. They don't.
put it
Right,
in the book.
right.
They ain't gonna read it no way. So put it in the book.
Mm-mm.
They ain't reading it. So it doesn't even they girl. I, I don't even have a word for them. But
If you a young girl and the Dusty is eating top ramen and he also eats now laters, that should not be part of any grown man's diet. Walk away.
girl, if he's smoking blacks and asking
Walk,
you for
walk
$5,
away.
just keep it going.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know
I'm
exactly
glad.
what it is.
I'm glad that the girls and like channels like yours and like CK's and and those women who are coming out and telling the younger generation, hey, be able to date everybody,
Yes.
everybody. Whether if you want a pookie, okay, that's fine, girl. Okay,
I
maybe
don't
you got a little
look.
something if that's what
Fuck
you want.
Pookie.
But if
If
you
you
and
want to
want
go to
dating
Pookie,
and
race,
you
dating
need
and
some
you
more
and
want to go
dating
to
titties.
does not
lean,
and dating does not mean, ladies, that you sleep with them. And that's another thing that
no.
they don't teach these girls out here. Stop doing
Black
that.
women will have a baby by every one of their boyfriends.
I
You ever
know,
seen
and
that?
Yeah,
it's got to
they
stop.
will,
It's got to
and it's
stop.
sad that we
Stop
do that.
doing that.
And
I
because
remember
we're
when I used to get the
thinking we
bus, and
equate
they
that
would.
to the
Oh, I'm
love
sorry.
though. We
Mhm.
equate that to love, and we're looking at it as okay, some of us don't have our dads, and and that we're looking at that as we're going to have this family. Even though we don't have to get married, but we're just going to have this family and we're going to be there. I know a hood. I call him a hood star. He literally has 15 children. How are you taking
Ugh.
care of them? And he knows he
Wow.
has 50. He puts it out here like I have 15 kids, this, that, and the other. How you get your kids? What, five in the shift? One at group
Even
A,
if he
B,
had
C?
even if
But
he had the means, he couldn't spend time with them.
he doesn't. And the problem
Right.
is that we keep having, and I say we because I'm black, we keep having babies by him. Like your baby is going to be even special. Even if they were to
Mm.
put him on child support, you would get what, $5, if that.
Not even. And that's, again, it goes back to self-esteem. It's like women are. I remember when I used to take the train in New York, and like I would see these women, not even the train, but just the bus in general. Like they would have all these kids. I'm like, where is the father? Where's the father?
Let me say this, y'all, because I'm getting hungry as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You go
Um,
eat some ramen noodles.
no, I'm actually gonna eat some roast. But check this out: stay your young ass away from HBCUs. Stay your ass away from a basketball court. Go to a golf course for a little while. Stay away from places where the kangs like to roam, because if you're around them enough, you'll give them a test drive, and then you're gonna end up having to pivot your life back to normal. Just stay your ass away from them.
Get
If you don't,
cultured.
if you don't have any firsthand experience, do enough Google searching and YouTube searching or whatever. They are no good. Um, she was saying that if you want a Pookie, get one. She's a little bit more lenient than me. I say get the fuck away from If he look like a Pookie,
I don't
haul
really deal.
ass.
I don't deal with pookies, but there are so many women that like, well, I have to have that. Okay, well, that's what you
Ooh,
want, but don't
girl.
wait till you get to my age and then like, you know what, that really didn't work out for me. Now you're gonna
Mm.
be what KS call that dude over there, danger zone. So don't do that to yourself. Expand your options. Read some books. Get culture. Actually, learn another language. Get
Mm-hmm.
outside of your neighborhoods and you will see a whole nother different world. Now, am I an advocate
Mhm.
for HBCU? Yes and no. I'm not, because you're only going to be around your own. You really don't know how to articulate yourself when you around a whole nother group. So I'm
Absolutely.
like you. Don't really go to HBCU, although I'm trying to make my son go to one. It's for other reasons. The opposite reason.
Y'all gonna be outnumbered at HBCU. Her son can go, but if you go, you're gonna be competing with 15 other women that
Hmm.
all want black men. So just
Yeah.
expand your options, and I promise you, it ain't that bad as long as you vet. That's really all I got to say on that. Stop thirsting after these dusties, because it's embarrassing, y'all.
It is.
Girl, you don't want to be a baby mama. If you
Because
don't.
that's what you're gonna be. As soon as
Yeah.
you don't even have to give him none. You sit on his lap, god damn it, you're gonna be a baby mama.
Girl, you just look at him and boom. You're like, what the
the
dang?
baby, the bastard baby gun. That's what they have. A bastard baby gun. That
And
ain't no
and of
penis.
course it's gonna be your fault that you're your baby mama. So just keep your legs closed. Get like we
Hmm.
said, get vet the men, date outside, get cultured, understand other people cultures. Like I said, learn a different language, enjoy your life.
They're just familiar with black men. If you get familiar with a different culture, it'll be easy as punch. And they don't understand your hair either. Black men will tell you that he don't want your nappy head ass. That's listen. He doesn't want your nappy head ass. That's why he keep calling you nappy headed.
Yeah, but I
But then
went to
he'll ask
Italy
you
and I thought I was
how
a
you can help him
superstar. I
fix his
can't even lie
biracial
to
daughter's
you.
hair. Okay. All right. No, you're right. You're right. You're
The
right.
hair is not an issue.
No,
They
I know.
Mm-mm.
seen
I know.
they
I
seen
know.
black people all their lives. You're not the first black person he ever seen. So
Hmm.
calm down, take a deep breath, and
No,
do
I'm
your
calm.
thing.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
I
I'm
do
agreeing
agree
with
too.
you.
I will say though, if you get in a little shape, only because I hate to see just me being the only person, only black girl in the gym. I really hate that. I wish we were more, more active. Get a little active if you can. I know that working kids probably,
Well,
prohibited.
all of them
Get out there.
have jobs. They, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it's
It's real
hard.
sad.
It's hard. And you know what? Be able to, if he says hi, speak. Speak. It's nothing wrong with that. Put a smile on your face. It's nothing wrong with this. It's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with
just
getting
stay
to
away
the
from black
feminine.
folk that do that. Cause the last
Girl,
person that spoke got a goddamn eye bit out. Stay away
girl,
from them
that poor
goddamn
baby.
dusties.
And you notice the men haven't said anything. They quiet as church mouse.
Yeah, they're not
They
gonna say anything.
No, they won't.
They're not gonna say anything, and I'll be so tempted to click a link sometimes, but I really don't talk to black men like that, so I just let them say what they say, and I find something else to watch because talking to them literally gives me like a nauseating feeling because it's like I don't like the cadence of their voice, I don't like their standpoints, I don't like the stats, so I just avoid them altogether, child.
I don't blame
Try
you.
to go to
I
nicer
don't.
areas, shop during the day if you can. Um, if you don't have a car, I would advise getting a car so that you're not having to take public transportation. I know everybody can't do that, but to help limit, your exposure around them, shop during the day. Um,
Girl, you better
Try
take
to shop
test
in
and
nicer
weapons.
areas.
Again, like I always say before I close out, y'all can hit my inbox with whatever you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be information sharing, but if you having a bad day and you feeling some type of way, I'm here to talk to you. Because why? I don't have to go to work. I can talk to you, and we can all get it together.
Girl, you so funny. Not you so funny. No
We can
mail.
get it. We got to get it together. I got time,
Girl,
baby.
she got time. But honeys, if you under the age of 40, you know, you need to talk to your aunties, honey. Don't go down this road. Don't go down that road that they sent me down because that was a pit of hell.
Come to Auntie Divested. She'll tell you what's up
Yeah,
because your real
go to
aunt might
her.
not say
You
nothing.
know, go to her, and this is why I came on over because I found you over in where were you at? Yeah, you was over in the pink hill.
Yeah, I think
That's
she's
why I
pretty
ran across
dope.
you over in the pink hill, and so I
Yeah.
was like, let me roll over here and see what she talking about, and I was like, girl, this is right up my alley.
Well, make sure y'all come back and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night and have a beautiful Monday. Okay.
You do the
You
same, and
too.
have a
Thank
wonderful
y'all.
week. Have a good one.
Bye
You
bye,
too.
chat.
Bye, ladies.